What's up, guys? Today we're going to be checking out the brand new Valencia Barcelona Grand Ultimate Luxury Edition seats. So shout out to Valencia for sending these out for me to review. Thank you, guys. Let's go ahead and get this thing unboxed. Well, it's actually already unboxed. Once you get them out of the box, these guys come wrapped up in plastic and in cloth so they don't get scratched up while you're removing them or while you're moving them in your house. So these should be pretty well protected during shipping. So if you're gonna cut this stuff open, make sure you don't cut into the leather. Included with the seats, you'll get a QR code, which will take you to the assembly video, as well as some floor protectors, which you would stick underneath the feet. So if you want to put this on your hardwood floor, it'll protect your floors from getting scratched. Once you get the seats unpacked out of the plastic and out of the box, we're going to take this little back cover plate, which is on the back of the seat, unlatch it, and then you will find two separate wires. I believe this is for the LED lights and also probably the reclining mechanism. So you might find that these are not locked together. So what you would do, make sure that these two wires are actually put together like so. You're going to take the locking clamp and just click it shut so that the wires do not come loose. And you'll also find somewhere on the bottom here, power plug, which is going to plug into your wall outlet, which will power the reclining mechanism and the LED lights. Once you get that situated, you're going to take the cover plate. You're going to take these two little nubs, those two guys there, well, those four guys, and you're going to match them up with the two little slots on the back of the chair. We're going to line these up together like so. Push down, and now this is locked, and this covers up this entire opening, so it keeps it nice and clean. All right, so the next thing that we're going to do, if you can see here, right on the bottom of both chairs, there are these little locking teeth that you're gonna have to slide out on both sides. And on the opposite chair, you'll see the little nubs. So once you actually lay this on the floor, this will be a lot easier, but you're gonna take this and lock it into that. Just get the locking teeth lined up with those little nubs and give it a push, and you should hear a bunch of clicks. There you go, that's all locked in. So one thing that you might notice is that these chairs are not very small. They're actually quite large, especially if you're coming from the Tuscany seats or if you picked up the older seats that I have, the Syracuse seats. So let's go ahead and just measure out this entire thing. If you're gonna pick up a row of 3, we are looking at about 117.5 inches wide. And depth-wise, we are looking at about roughly 39 inches deep, so it is a very deep seat. And the most important thing about these seats is that they are only 30 inches in height. All right, so if you have Valencia seats now, or if you're familiar with Valencia seats or just movie theater seats in general, we've got controls for the recline, we've got lumbar support, we've got the headrest adjustment, so this will raise and lower the headrest. There's a single memory preset, which you can always recall, and this button here will turn on and off the RGB lights for the cup holder and the footrest. There's also a USB-C output and also a USB-A output. And one thing to note is that these buttons do not light up, so you will have to remember by feel what each of these buttons do. So another thing this has is the little accessory port, which you can add things such as a wine glass holder or tablet holder, or like we have here, we've got the Valencia tray. So this is optional. I think it's something like 70 or 80 bucks. Basically, all you do is take the little nub there, stick it in the accessory port, and then you have a nice little tray table for your drinks, or what I use it for is my iPad holder. So one of the main features of this seat is, of course, not only the 30-inch seat back height, I think it's actually 33, but the fact is that we can actually take the headrest from the control panel, like I mentioned earlier, and we can raise it up. So if you don't want to have, you know, your your back with non-support, the headrest will actually go all the way up and all the way down. Now with that memory function, once you get your seat situated and how you like it, all you have to do is hold down the little I button until the button beeps. Once you are seated in your regular seating position, and you want to go back and recall that last position that you just saved, all you got to do is tap it once, and then it'll go all the way back to the totally reclined position that I set it for. Now, just like the Tuscany seats, these also have lumbar support. You probably can't see what it's doing, but if you want, you can adjust it so that the back actually pushes outwards, so you get more back support. So your back is not curved into the seat. This will actually push it out some. You can dial that in to whatever level that you like. So I think the biggest feature of these seats is that they are probably the best sounding seats that I've ever heard before. And you're probably asking, what do I mean by that? How do seats make sound? Well, the fact that the backrest is only about 30 to 33 inches in height means that your head, your ears are free for not only your left and right surround speakers, but as you can see behind me, I've got 3 back speakers as well. With a seat like the Tuscany, though, that headrest always came up to past my ears, so it would always block this whole area. So I would never be able to hear what was going on behind my head unless I was reclined all the way and then I was kind of like leaning forward. Then I'd be able to hear what was going on behind me. But if I just want to chill, just sit back, relax, watch a movie just like this. I mean, there's so much more open space now behind me that the surround envelopment is that much greater. Like there's nothing obscuring sound bouncing off none of the side seats. Everything is just coming straight at my ears. And that's why these seats are the best sounding seats that I've personally ever heard. The only thing that I would probably want to change about these guys is that I would like to see a reclining mechanism like they have at the AMC Theater, where you can adjust the feet independently and then also the backrest independently. So I'd like to see that feature maybe in a future iteration of these seats, or just any seats from Valencia in general. And another thing that I would like to change is the fact that at the time of this video, these come in this charcoal color, which is a kind of a lightish gray, between light and dark, I guess. Not super light and also not super dark, but I would have preferred black just to blend in with the decor and so they disappear more into my home theater. So I think this gray, you know, the gray works fine if the lights are dim, or if you want to use this as something like in your living room, you want to pair this up in like a love seat configuration, then the gray would kind of look nice in like a living area. But for home theater, I think that black really would look fantastic with these seats. So 2 things that I would like to see in the future with these guys. At the time of this video, the Valencia Barcelona seats in this configuration is selling for $6,750. There are different configurations at different price points, so you can design the perfect layout for your space. Now, it is suggested that if you're 5'10" or taller, this might not be the best option for you because of the low seat height. With the headrest fully extended, you'll probably still not get any head support unless you're slouching all the way down. And they also extend fully reclined to 63.5 inches, so your feet may hang off the edge if you are really tall. So it is something to consider unless you just like the way it looks. There's also no built-in storage like you'd find on the Tuscany seats to hide away your tray tables and remotes. I know a lot of folks like that option, although the armrests are extra wide and the seats are extra wide for a large variety of body types. And as mentioned earlier, these do come in semi-aniline Italian Napa leather 20,000 in charcoal. It's got a matte finish, so it won't be reflective while you're watching movies, and it feels very soft and smooth against your skin. Overall, these are super comfortable seats with a fantastic modern look. And most importantly, if you have a killer home theater setup and you want to maximize your movie watching experience without being hindered by those tall seat backs, you owe it to yourself to give the Valencia Barcelona seats a try. They're the best sounding seats that I've heard so far. Now, if you do want to grab these seats, I'll leave some links for them down below in this video's description. So what are your thoughts on the Barcelona home theater seats? Do you like the idea of a lower seat back, or do you like having a higher one? Leave your comment down below and let me know. As always, guys, thanks for watching. Be sure to like this video if you found it useful and subscribe if you haven't already. And I'll see you again in the next video.